Hello, my name is host Eric. I am love talking to famous people, and I am here with famous people Hami and Unify. I was talking a second ago with them about my friend Dave Porter telling me this funny story. I thought it was funny in the car where he said he has chickens, and he talked about how when his chickens died, he had a couple chickens die, and he buried like the first one. But then when the next one died, he didn't feel like going to the hospital burying it. But he still felt bad about just throwing it in the trash can. So he prepared a special box and he lined the bottom of the box with straw and he gently laid the chicken in the box, the dead chicken, and he put the lid on the box and then he threw the box in the trash can. So I thought this was
It's
hilarious,
dark.
hilariously strange thing to do. But I mean, that's an SFJ thing. I think it's like, well, I need to show. He says he should respect their life by treating their death with respect, basically. Thoughts? They're stunned to silence. I, I was like, why would you put the trouble into making the box and then throw it in the trash can? It's very INTJ. I think NTPs probably better understand why he might do that than INTJs. Ohami was gone for a second. He is back. How's it going,
Yeah, I
loudness?
just don't get it.
You don't get the joke, or you don't get why they do that?
No, yeah, I don't get like why they would go through all that trouble just to throw in the trash if they're already gonna throw in the trash. Doesn't make any sense.
Unify? Do you want to take a stab at explaining why one might do that?
Yeah, if I could explain it, like a part of my hand is numb right now. I could like my left hand is numb. It's not a heart attack. It's just like a part of me dying from trying to understand why somebody would do that.
I get it. I mean, the thing is, I had a guinea pig that Compton murdered. Compton is a double murderer with two attempted murders, also on her rap sheet. So, um, she's killed Barnaby. She killed one of the previous baby pigs that was unnamed, and she tried to kill Paul, and she tried to kill Momo. And Momo's got bite marks on his back still, like scars from where uh, Compton got him. And it was just at the nick of time I got outside. I was sleeping on the couch until the weet woke me up. And I went outside. I was like, Compton, God damn it. Oh my God, Compton ran. She knows. See, I have no problem hitting that dog either because it's the only. I had never hit Lacey, but I will kick and hit Compton because Compton's fucking rough and tumble. Like that dog is straight up. She wants to wrestle. She wants to fucking. And she won't listen to me unless she won't even take me seriously. So she laughs at me when I tell her to do things. So, so I hit her with a fucking antenna thing. I had to chase her around the yard, and finally I hit her with this antenna thing when when she attacked Paul. But Paul has survived. But that was the time. Then she was much more. Now she's way super sneaky about it. She pretends like she doesn't even notice the pig. She won't go anywhere near over there because every time she for a while I was like, "Fuck you." Anyway, I don't know how I got up on that tangent. What are we talking about?
It's
Oops,
just
there it goes. Sorry. Oh, the dead chicken. That's what we were talking about.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
you were trying to explain the joke.
Right. So anyway, I just threw my dead guinea pig in the trash can. Though I didn't. I felt sad, and then I got out the snow shovel that I use for picking up things that need to be picked up that are big or gross, and I snow shoveled them up and I threw them right in the trash can, like any sensible person would do. No point in
Right.
keeping a guinea pig corpse around or
Of
treating it
course.
with any sort of like care.
Unless you're weird.
I should take it to the taxidermist. Hey man, I'm sorry it's in such rough shape, but my dog tore open my guinea pig, but I really want him taxidermied. Is it too late? Am I in time? Have I lost my chance? Yeah. So,
Would you hire to sew up a dead pig?
I don't know, a taxidermist, I guess. Are there any taxidermists left? Who knows how to taxidermy?
Nah, I don't know.
Who wants something taxidermied? I guess hunters, maybe. It seems kind of spooky. Have a
Yeah,
house
it
full of
is.
taxidermied animals. Okay, well, this is sort of a rough or a topicless beginning to an episode, but let's try to transition into some sort of a topic here. And I think one thing I want to talk about more is the quote unquote unconscious mind and the sort of information it provides us. As NTs, I think we are especially attentive to our conscious minds, and yet I part of this the last topic was kind of transitioning into this one, which is the unconscious mind is something that exists. In other words, something's serving up the stuff that we deal with consciously. It's not all coming from outside of us.
Fair.
I can know how I
Apparently,
go ahead.
I was watching this video by Michael Castillo, and he was explaining NI, and apparently NI has to do with the unconscious
Well,
as a function.
see, here's what I think about it is, yeah, NI seems like it's more related to the unconscious, but it actually isn't so much. It's like you either have a service relationship to the unconscious, or you have a served relationship by the unconscious on the intuition level first. So
Hmm.
I have a served by the unconscious first, and I'm served by it, but I'm served by something that I never see. I turn away, and then when I look back, I've been served something. And so, because of my relationship with I just think I don't even know what it is. It's just, well, what do you mean food appears there? That's how the world is, though. It's not. It doesn't appear there. It just that's like, well, that grew there naturally. No, actually, something's brought it there. No, that's not even anything you're talking about. I don't even know what that thing is you're talking about there. That's the problem the NE Dom has, is there's an instinct towards prioritizing conscious action regarding these holons of truths that the unconscious serves up. So I've said before that I don't feel things until I notice the behavioral aspect of it. Like, I don't know I'm sad until I'm crying, kind of thing, right? But there's another factor of this, which happened the other day at 7-Eleven. I was walking into 7-Eleven, I was stressing out about money stuff, because I'm totally broke right now. And, but then when I went into 7-Eleven and did 7-Eleven shit, I forgot what I was thinking about entirely. And then when I walked out of 7-Eleven, I said these words in my head. What was I feeling bad about when I walked in here? Oh yeah, money shit. Oh, I've already thought about that. Nothing I can do about that. That stuff I just await. It's gonna be like a week or whatever. Yeah, that's how that conversation went in my head. So, what was I feeling bad about? Okay, well, there's two things to note here. One, the thing I remembered was not the conscious articulation of what was going on. It was the feeling, which basically is a whole on of anxiety related to a set of narratives associated with money stuff and SI stuff. Basically, it's like the whole on of anxiety that the SI planetary body has spit out. So that's what that feeling is, feeling anxiety. And then the articulation of it happened when my conscious mind took that feeling and said, oh wait, there was something I was supposed to do something about. There's a feeling that was unprocessed and needs to be finished processed. And it's one of those ones that means you really be careful and pay attention because it's an anxiety feeling. And then I remember, oh, it's not something you need to pay attention to. You've already paid attention to that. And then I put it away. So that's the conscious mind keeping track of shit and making sure that the actual unconscious hold-ons are attended to in meaningful ways. But because I'm an EDOM, my first reaction when I'm younger and as I develop is to reject that feeling as meaningless or to try to interpret it through other people's feelings. Well, why should that matter? Oh, because somebody else is going to make me look bad for this person, or it's going to make me blah, blah, blah for that person. And never really get around to thinking about, well, what's the feeling itself? Why are you actually feeling things? What does that mean? You never think about those things. So that's the difference between conscious and unconscious. The NI-DOM has the opposite relationship. They get the hold-ons, and they respect the hold-ons, and they can deal with them directly. They don't understand exactly where they come from because it's too fast. Unconscious is way, 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 way faster. But they get those hold-ons as hold-ons. What they don't understand is that you can consciously manipulate those hold-ons in ways that either reinvent them or in ways that aren't bad, and that your hold-on could be disproved by that process. So, like I said in a comment chain, I'll say this is where I'm going to go this path, and that's what I'm going to do. And the INFJ friend will say that's not going to work. You're barking on the wrong tree. You're trying to knock down windmills. It's never going to happen. And I'll say, well, I'm going to try. If that happens, I'll do this. Well, if that happens, I'll do this. He's like, well, because this. Well, I can try this. I don't know what I'm going to do. He's like, see, Eric, you don't even have a plan here. No, my plan is to figure it out as I go, and I'll blow up the fucking labyrinth if I have to. And that's what the NI-DOM doesn't get, because they have to learn that. Just like I have to learn to accept the hold-ons, they have to learn to accept that their hold-ons are not nearly as final as they think they are.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it.
yeah, it is. It's almost complete. But I feel like, well, when you get the food, right, you get that, you don't know what's ordered, it just comes to you, like you said. And for you, it's articulating it after you get the food. So you get a bunch of food and you kind of mix it together and you make a salad from it or whatever. To me, I feel like I know what's ordered before it gets to me. So I know where to put it and I know what food I'm going to make before the waiter even bring it.
Well, it's kind of like we're eating at a restaurant it's two restaurants, but we're at the window, okay? And so we can see each other eating, but all the food stuff and everything is happening down here where we can't see what's happening on the other person's restaurant. We only see the fact that they're eating and go, oh, your food looks kind of like mine, but we don't actually know what the ingredients and all the other shit are that goes on behind the scenes.
We don't like looking at the pig get cut up.
Right? Or
get sewn back together in order for us to eat it.
Right. Well, unfortunately, I do have a lot of gluten in my food.
Yeah.
I always go to the restaurant and say, please add some extra gluten.
Hey, I get vegetarian pig. So I like
vegetarian pig.
They only eat salads.
This is a vegetarian bacon. You mean there's no meat in it? Except for pork.
It was a pig that was on a strict diet. What's the problem with that?
Right. Remember, you are what you eat. This pig ate vegetables, therefore this pig is a vegetable. Therefore, it's vegetarian.
Exactly.
Any other thoughts on this thing that we were talking about, NI, and how unconscious and unconscious minds are... The NI as a conscious function means you're dealing with things the unconscious just tosses up. And same with NE, but you treat it differently. You treat it way differently. And you don't value it with your NE until you have to learn to value it. And I must have rejected so many good intuitive melodies when I was younger because I would say to myself, that's too common. That's gay. That's lame. I do that shit with myself all the time. And now, if I come up with a kind of a dorky sing-songy melody, I go, hooray! Because it means NI's giving me something. I stopped throwing away its gifts. That's what I did. Yeah.
Is that part of because I like the video you made before. It was about TE and NI and the difference between NIT and TI and what is it? NITE or NETTI. So
Right.
in different parts of the world, how people think, the difference between NI and NE,
The
you
civilizations
have
thing, yeah. Go ahead,
yeah.
sorry. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know where I'm going, but I like the idea. You know what I'm saying? I was just
Right. Well, who I think Megabro is one who took exception to some of it, or some other people may have commented as well. I understand that it's not exactly a perfect model, but it does seem to. I find myself basically interpreting more and more and more of human behavior through this lens, and understanding societal problems is basically um, individuals who are allowed to individuals are able to force their will on others. It's possible. And to the extent that a person comprises him or herself of beliefs and ways of thinking that are that expect the world to conform to their internal vision of how it ought to be without considering the without
the
considering all
individual.
without considering the other mountains, about the fitting
Yeah.
together. They're not considering whether this fits together with your mountain. And they're not thinking if your mountain is legitimate. They're saying there's something in the way of my mountain here. you know? So
They
that's
don't understand different perspective. I mean, I think I got a ESTJ stepfather, and when I was younger, I used to get into arguments with him about well, he didn't understand how different life is for different people. His experience was just everybody else's experience, and he just thought, "Hey, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen." And I'm
right.
trying to understand, like, why would you think that life worked the same way for everybody?
Right. Well, I mean, I think we all begin that way. Maybe TI Dom gets away from that fastest. TI Doms get away from certain mistakes faster than other types. That's why they figure out how to be cool usually pretty early on. Um,
Yeah.
be, because if you make a mistake, you're less likely to repeat it than any other type, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless, the what was the question or the thing that happened right before I started that sentence?
Uh,
We don't
you
remember
asking
either.
the wrong person. I forgot.
I don't know either. Anyway,
We were
I
just
can I
talking
can
about the
walk you in the
unconscious.
kitchen.
Hami, go ahead. Say what it was.
Right.
We were just discussing the unconscious.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that thought, but with any in the dominant slot, and FB controls you when you're in ENTP when you're younger. It still controls you when you're older, but you make peace with it, and ideally you figure out the proper relationship between TI and FE. When you're younger, like Delilah, I watch her being controlled by FE. I watch her not really caring about anything rather than making sure my feelings are attended to so that she can safely drive away without knowing that I'm not mad at her. Like, worst thing in the world that I'd be mad at her. Like today, she was about to get away. She was about to drive away, and then she got out of the car and she said, "Oh, bye, Dad. I'm going now." And I was like, "Okay, see ya." And then she came back. She's like, "The reason I didn't I didn't come say goodbye to you before I got in the car and started the car is because I didn't know you were here." And I said, "Okay, bye." That's fucking textbook 17-year-old ENTP. Oh shit. Because she's metaphysically SE. So something happens in the present moment and she metaphysically extrapolates out. He might have interpreted it to mean this. He could be upset about that because that would be kind of rude, or at least it would be perceived as rude. I don't really care if it actually is rude, but I want to make sure he's not mad at me. She did all that in her head, right? Based on nothing. Based on the fact that she realized I was here and she hadn't previously. I mean, that's fucking textbook ENTP stuck in in adolescent FE hell. She's obsessed with it.
That would never cross my mind.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't. That's true. That's why I
I
love
mean, don't we all,
INTJs.
in a way, like fall victim to our, at early age, fall victim to our dominant function?
I was thinking about
I feel
this.
like it's different from judgers and perceivers. Because
Okay.
judgers, the aggressive functions, feeling and thinking. If it's extroverted, then I mean, it's easy to get lost in just doing shit without thinking about it, and or with different other kind of judges like with introverted sensing or introverted intuition as being a dominant function, they can fall victim into just being uh, a kind of fuck you type of personality at a young age.
That's if you're dominant, which function leads you to that?
Dominant introverted sensing or introverted intuition.
You think so? Maybe. I don't know. See, I was thinking about my own
No,
childhood.
actually,
Go ahead, homie.
actually, for me, as far as I can remember, when I was younger, I feel like I used to use more F
You use more FI or FE?
up until now. Like I care less and less about between like when I was in like elementary school that I used a lot of FE and like middle school too.
Okay. Well,
Then after that, like I stopped caring like how I feel in general.
I do think that you are more flexible when you're young with the cognitive functions. And for example, I remember periods of time when I was young when I sort of tried on SI like my mom was. Where I'd spend a day, being when it was an exciting new possibility, implementing its big SI idea and going around and keeping track of shit. And then it ceased to be new and fun, and I'd stop doing it, and I'd feel like a failure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that ultimately it was like I was trying to use SI as a tool function, but it was against my nature, and it's not a tool. I was trying to. My TI was saying, "Well, I you've observed orderliness. You've observed these models. If you were to imitate them, this is what it would be like. And you probably should imitate them because you're being told that's good and stuff like that. But SI, of course, doesn't work in that capacity because ultimately my nature won out and it forced SI down where it belonged, which is in the fourth slot. Because at the end of the day, I was trying to make myself be something I wasn't. And I think a lot of times people get attached to this sort of half effective solutions, ideas, natures, beliefs, whatever, because they. I think that the dominant judgers, have a propensity for that to get attached to half effective things. To if it ain't broke, don't fix it is a judger dominated notion. So
Right.
that's if you have a judgment function in the first slot, you think that's true. If you have a perceiving function in the first
I mean,
slot, go ahead.
I can actually relate to that because my dad's a dominant FE user, so it could have been that influenced me. Because I see the
Cool.
way he interacts with other people, so I picked up on that
Yeah, you
as a
tried
child.
it. You try to follow that model, but it doesn't really work for you, because it's against your nature.
No, I mean it worked, but
It,
I just stopped caring about it.
well, okay, that's the same thing as it not working, which is the effort exceeded the payoff.
The
Yeah,
only the
I mean I
best
can
you
still
can
use
do
FE though. I feel like when I
the
want
best you
to.
can do is use it to just like utilize your dominant function. If it's in the fourth slot, you can't. It won't be a down. You can't just lead with it, right? So you can only utilize
Yeah,
it
yeah,
to
I can't.
benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's still like not as good as like an FE user though.
Right. Hami, I will agree with you that
It's gonna be static.
you're more capable with FE than most non-FE users, than most INTJs in particular. However, when you think you're using FE, you are not actually using FE. You are using it like okay. So you're not speaking Spanish. You've memorized
Superficially.
you've memorized some phrases to get around. Like you know how to get to the bathroom and how to order stuff at a restaurant. It's like that kind of Spanish, right? Same thing with me and let's see. For you, that would be. Is that where is FI for
I
you?
see for you.
Where's FI for you, Homie?
Third.
Third?
Third function.
Okay, so FE is your seventh.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, I mean, it's weird. It's like I have a pretty warm relationship with my feelings now, but only because I used NETI and FE to figure out how to turn what is patently and obviously a handicap into an advantage. But the thing is, that's the bottom line. Is I think that it's unavoidable that your FE is patently a handicap. However, I think that for you and for INTJs in general, that's a good thing to be handicapped at compared to other things. Because you're nice people, you're good people, you still have good relationships with people. I like INTJs a lot. It's not like it costs you anything, really. Thoughts? Is that the
Yeah,
best
like
thing to have,
I would
seven?
say it's actually a benefit because
Because
no, I would say probably SI maybe.
SI. Well, okay. Well, explain why do you think it might be a benefit to have FE7? I didn't catch that. You're kind of cutting out occasionally.
No, I wasn't talking about. I thought you were talking about like functions that you would have that are undervalued basically.
Right. Well, I'm genuinely very curious about how different functions work in the seventh slot for different types, because I feel as though I'm starting to get a pretty good understanding of how my FI works in the seventh slot, which is allowing me to feel like I kind of understand my emotions, even though what I'm really understanding is the framework of my emotions rather than the emotions
Hmm.
themselves. But it's close enough, good enough. Um,
Close enough.
yeah, same thing, almost. So I'm curious about that. And for Unify, we already talked a little bit about how he has SE in the seventh slot, and we had a little emotional bonding moment over the fact I said I think that this talking with famous people is helping you to be more action oriented. I hope so,
Mhm.
and I hope it's helping me to deal with my seventh slot FI better, and I would hope it would help Hami deal with his seventh slot FE better as well. I think that if we want to do self improvement, coming to terms with our Achilles heel is a good place to start.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
Any other thoughts? Okay, thank you so much for watching Talking with Famous People. I have been your USA race host Eric, also Mexican.